They say time heals, but it doesn't make us forget impactful or traumatic events in our lives. We always hear about disappearance stories, but today's story is one of the creepiest stories I've ever heard. Before we start this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you're a fan of solving mysteries. Let's begin. In Butler County, USA, an elderly woman reported her daughter, Kimberly Kessler, missing in 2012, even though she had been missing since 2004. Kimberly, born in 1968 in Pennsylvania, was 36 years old when she disappeared. She had been married multiple times and had one child, but was living separately from her family at the time of her disappearance. Despite having many friends, none of them knew anything about what had happened to Kimberly. Everyone was shocked and nobody knew why the mother waited 8 years to report her daughter's disappearance, while families often begin to lose hope of ever finding their missing one. They expect to find them dead after all this time. On May 13, 2018, another incident happened. Jolene Cummings, a 34-year-old hairdresser from a small town, went missing after leaving work. She was supposed to celebrate her birthday and Mother's Day with her children and ex-boyfriend, but she never showed up. Her mother tried contacting her but couldn't reach her, so she reported Jolene's disappearance to the police. The investigation began at the beauty salon where Jolene worked, as it was the last place she was seen. Jolene's sudden disappearance deeply saddened her loved ones. She enjoyed her job and had no enemies or feuds with anyone. Even some clients who didn't know her brought balloons and flowers showing their best wishes for her.
Her best friends from high school.
Jolene was a great person. She loved being a mom. She loved working hard.
We could go months without hanging out.
During the investigation, the police found out that Jennifer Seibert, Jolene's coworker, was the last person to see her. At the time, Vicky, the saloon's manager, called Jennifer, telling her that the cops were there at the salon and they needed her statement regarding Jolene and her disappearance, since she was the last person to see her, so she might have some useful information. Jennifer apologized to Vicky, claiming that she was out of town so she couldn't be there. It seemed really strange, Jennifer leaving town at that time. She even told a cop that she couldn't talk because her ex-boyfriend, who is a dangerous skilled hacker, was stalking her. Therefore, her ex-boyfriend will find and hurt her if they mention her name in the investigation. But the cops weren't convinced of what she responded. They kept looking for any clue that would lead to Jolene. And surprisingly, 3 days later, the police found Jolene's car in a parking lot. But unfortunately, they didn't anything unusual in the car. There were no fingerprints, blood, or any other evidence. Fortunately, security cameras captured the moment the car was parked there, which was on Sunday around 1 a.m. They examined the footage and Jolene was dressed in black. She also bought some water at the gas station with her credit card, then parked her car and got out of it. And at that moment, it was revealed that the girl in the car wasn't Jolene, because Jolene had blonde hair and the girl in the car had black hair. And by closely inspecting the video footage, it turned out that the girl in the car was Jennifer, Jolene's coworker. The police got Jennifer's address from the salon and headed to her house, but was a fake address. It was also worth noting, during the investigation, Jennifer claimed to be out of town, but was actually in the salon's parking lot. And once she knew about the investigation, she fled the place. Now we know that Jennifer was planning for something serious. The police searched extensively and found Jennifer living in her car 3 counties away. They arrested her and noticed some deep wounds on her face, which she claimed were from a motorcycle accident, but the police believed they were from a fight. The police accused Jennifer of stealing Jolene's car without informing her of what they had discovered during the investigation. Okay, remember the day the cops went to the salon? The police secretly used the luminol device to identify remnants of wiped blood at the crime scene. The device detected a lot of blood traces which belonged to Jolene and Jennifer, although Jennifer had done an excellent job wiping the blood. However, she forgot about the blood stains on her shoes, which was confirmed to be Jolene's, the missing girl. The cops also found Jennifer's fingerprints and a lot of hair all around the warehouse. There were also cleaning products used to clean up the crime scene. It was clear that a violent fight happened inside the salon. So the police conducted a press conference in which they believed Jolene is definitely dead according to the amounts of blood they had found.
Through our investigation, we have obtained evidence, which we are not releasing at this time, which leads us to believe Jolene is not alive.
What's more terrifying are the security footage that shows Jennifer throwing large, heavy bags in garbage cans. Others show Jennifer buying large trash bags, an electric knife or a chainsaw, and an ammonia bottle at the supermarket. All of these clues that Jennifer is preparing for a murder and then cover up her crime. However, the police couldn't convict her with all this evidence. How come? You know, as the saying goes, no body, no crime. So every evidence pointed at Jennifer as the murderer. But where is Jolene's body? It is missing. So can we say Jennifer is the murderer? Wrong. Remember the girl we talked about at the beginning, Kimberly Kessler, who had been missing since 2004, and her mother reported her missing in 2012? She is the one who committed this entire murder. But how exactly? Jennifer was just a false identity Kimberly used, as the name belonged to a girl who died in a car accident in 1987. How hilarious! She committed the murder using a dead girl's identity. But why did Kimberly do that? And where was she since 2004? And what was she doing? Kimberly ran away willingly for all those years, and Jennifer was only a fake name she used. Kimberly had used 24 fake identities and resided in 33 different cities across 14 states. She would visit graveyards to choose nicknames of deceased individuals. Kimberly had the ability to disguise herself and change her appearance, keeping several wigs in various styles and colors. She worked various jobs under different names and had a driver's license with a false identity. No one was able to uncover her true identity over the years. The only person who knew something about her was Jolene. The salon manager Vicky said that Jolene and Kimberly's relationship was tense, and Jolene suspected Kimberly was hiding something suspicious or dangerous. Jolene also talked several times about her suspicions of Jennifer, Kimberly's strange behavior, including her frequent use of wigs, and when Vicky asked her, she said that she was trying to escape her ex-husband. Obviously, Kimberly, known as Jennifer in the salon, found out about this and got upset and worried that Jolene might discover what she had done in the past. That's why she decided to get rid of Jolene. Kimberly would complain to Vicky that Jolene was always late for work and that she sometimes stole money from the safe. But Vicky says when she checked the safe, nothing was missing. Kimberly couldn't get rid of Jolene, so she decided to end her life forever. Another thing confirmed Kimberly's involvement in the murder was her search history. She searched for how to hide a body, female serial killers list, the devil, and many more. Kimberly also looked up Jolene's last name, Cummings, 457 times. She wanted to know if the cops were able to locate her body. Unfortunately, after scanning 6 million pounds of waste, the cops discovered crucial remnants of Jolene, but they didn't find her body. You might wonder what was Kimberly escaping from all these years. The court questioned her and she said she was trying to escape from her ex-husband. But he claimed he was the one trying to avoid Kimberly, not the other way around, and he hadn't heard from her for a long time. Kimberly's mother suggested Kimberly may have fled because she didn't feel supported by her. Investigators found out that Kimberly had kept a notebook with many people's names, including her mother's, with the word devil multiple times alongside, indicating a troubled relationship. Among the names was Tim Barnes, who had dated Kimberly in the 1990s. He told the investigators that she hit him and his mother when she was visiting them. He also stated that she even killed his cat with a gun. Tim also said everyone feared Kimberly because of her hostile behavior and her filthy mouth, frequently cursing and being offensive. Additionally, some people claim that she believed in strange ideas, like that drug users should be executed to serve humanity, because she's the one to decide. The cops also noticed a name that was frequently mentioned in her notebook, which was Kurt Christopher Allen. It is said that Kurt was one of the guys Kimberly dated when she was younger, so the cops went looking for him, but it turned out he had died, but nobody knew how or what happened to him in his final days. There was yet another unexplained death investigation involving a woman named Bartley, who was the wife of Kimberly's ex-boyfriend, Tim. Died in the same city where Kimberly grew up, Pennsylvania. Kimberly's notebook contained Bartley, Tim, and their sons' names, along with references to the devil. Before the trial, Kimberly discussed unusual topics with her lawyers, such as George Washington and religions, secret organizations, and other weird matters. During the trial, Kimberly burst out shouting, which led the judge to order her out of the courtroom and ask for a psychological evaluation, which revealed that she had personality and delusional disorders, as well as mental health issues. The doctor's initial diagnosis of Kimberly's condition was hasty and insufficient, as another licensed mental health consultant stated that there are numerous personality disorders, so the initial diagnosis lacked clarity because 30 minutes are not enough to specify her personality disorder. Additionally, the consultant claimed that Kimberly's ability to assume multiple identities and dispose of a body is a professional criminal's behavior, rather than a mental disorder. Faking all those identities for long years and disposing a whole body wasn't easy. So doctors can't tell if this person is truly suffering from a mental disorder or pretending in order to incriminate themselves. She may be both mentally ill and manipulative at the same time. However, in 2019, the judge ruled that Kimberly was ineligible for trial because of her mental illness. She was then given medications, as her doctors believed she could become eligible for trial if they continued her treatment. According to an inmate, Kimberly attempted suicide while in the asylum's jail. She also discussed the Bible with the inmate, trying to find a way to go to heaven after committing suicide. Kimberly exhibited strange and irritating behavior that annoyed inmates and guards. The guards stated that she would yell at them from her cell, throw trash, curse, and offend them. Kimberly's situation was very bad, and her health had deteriorated significantly. She went on a hunger strike and lost 45 kilograms. 2 years after therapy, the judge finally ruled that Kimberly is eligible for trial. She appeared in court sitting on a wheelchair. Despite this, she refused to admit her guilt up until now. She had been attempting to persuade the judge that she was ineligible for trial, showing weird behavior. However, the judge knew that Kimberly was just pretending. Tragically, Kimberly had deprived 3 children of their mother by allegedly committing a senseless murder. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and comments on this case, and tell me what you have learned. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more true and suspicious cases like this. I hope you have a good night.